I'm Barry Ostrowski, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2020 Pillar Care Continuum's Steps to Independence event. This year's event is unique in a couple of ways. It is, in fact, our first annual event in which we use our new name, Pillar Care Continuum. And it is our first, and I pray last, virtual celebration. Tonight we honor our beloved Kelly Marx for his 60 years of dedicated service on our Board of Trustees. 60 years, Kelly. That's before Zoom and a time when we were all using rotary phones. We also acknowledge and thank our committed staff for their heroic efforts in the care that they provided in our 15 group homes. I want to thank my event co-chairs, Clark McAmer, Barry Mandelbaum, Phil Monaco, Bob Murray, and Mike Patillo for your constant support and guidance. And to the members of our event committee, thank you for your support and generosity. And of course, for all that join us tonight, your commitment to this organization is something upon which we rely and for which we are incredibly grateful. It is now my privilege to introduce the new chairman of the board of Pillar Care Continuum, a parent of a student at Pillar High, and the 2017 recipient of the award known as the Kelly Marx Award, Clark McAmer.
Thank you, Barry. And I too would like to welcome you to this year's Steps to Independence celebration. There are so many things unique about this year's event, and thus we are so fortunate that a bedrock of our agency, Kelly Marx, is this year's honoree. For those not familiar with tonight's event, the Steps to Celebration dinner raises hundreds of thousands of dollars for those that the agency serves, all kids to adults with special needs. What makes this event so amazing and unique is that it's a catalyst for change. Funds from last year's event was used for a variety of different needs. Donations allowed for a new gym in the Pillar Elementary School, furniture for our new group home in Harding Township, smart boards for our elementary and high school students, funding for therapeutic play groups for infants and toddlers, equine therapy for students in the elementary school, and many, many more items. Our supporters also listened when we talked about the need for group homes. A friend of Pillar introduced us to a friend of his who was able to donate land on which a facility was built in Morris Township, which includes a 4-bedroom group home and a 2-bedroom apartment. In addition, another friend of Pillar also is donating land in Wharton Township on which a group home will be built. What we do at this event touches so many people's lives. And it's just not those that we serve that benefit. It also touches the lives of the donors whose lives are changed forever. No one can tell you better than Kelly Marx how transformative finding ways to participate, contribute, getting involved, and connecting can be. I, along with our fellow co-chairs, have learned this from Kelly Marx. This event has led to many people becoming personally involved in the agency. For example, the last 3 years' honorees are now members of the Board of Trustees. Others have joined committees to lend their expertise. And lastly, some of you have volunteered and brought your coworkers to work and volunteer at various programs throughout the agency. Well, I, for one, miss the energy of being together tonight. There's still many ways for you to get involved. What I ask is that you listen, learn, and think about how you can help the organization. If you need ways, please reach out to someone within the organization and sit down and talk. There are many ways to help. There's a lot of ways to help beyond financial support. But don't misunderstand me. The money we raise tonight will make a huge impact on Pillar, especially given all that's occurred over the last 6 months. Thank you for your support. We are now going to see an incredible video about Kelly Marx. That video will be followed by remarks by our CEO, Perna Rodman Kanar.
The story of Kelly and the story of Pillar Care are so intertwined it's impossible to understand one without understanding the other.
I got involved with Pillar because of Charlie McCarthy, who was involved in getting cerebral palsy started and had twin boys that both had CP, and that's how I got started.
Kelly raised funds in a lot of different ways, so many different events over the years. It all started with what is now the famous circus. After a few years, their basketball tournament would have their finals in the Meadowlands, where the Nets played at the time. Our football tournament was held on the field at Giant Stadium. Guys would kill to be in the tournament for that opportunity. The golf event became the Thunderbird Golf Classic, which was a PGA Tour event. None of that happened the first year any of those events were introduced. That was over time of Kelly pushing and pushing of why can't we do this bigger and why can't we make more?
We've been out to dinner and he's met people or friends, or we're at dinner actually, and Kelly will start talking to people about the event and trying to hit them up for money while out at dinner, and I'm forever giving him a nudge to please, this is not the time and place to do that.
Kelly has raised over the last 60 years at least $25 million by our best estimate.
I've seen tremendous changes in the gala, especially from the standpoint of the amount of money that they've raised. The first year they raised about $200,000, and then last year they raised $1.4 million, and needless to say, Kelly was very proud.
Kelly's worked on a lot of different events. I think the one he's become most associated with is our annual corporate gala. So much so that the award we present to the honoree each year was renamed the Kelly Marx Steps to Independence Award 10 years ago in his honor.
Kelly was in the hospital 2 years ago with liver cancer and had very, very successful surgery. But before he had the surgery, he had to have a few heart things taken care of so he'd be strong enough for the surgery. And his son and I were in the recovery room. And when Kelly came out of recovery, he opened his eyes and said, "Did you speak to anybody at Pillar today to see how much money came in?" That was his first thought.
I took him to the school, and I would expose them to our school and show where we needed help. And I was able to convince them to get involved.
And I think Kelly understood that if you can let folks have that experience, there's really something incredibly addictive about it. You feel so fantastic to be part of the joy that is there, that you want to do more. And that is Kelly's great skill, is he always has folks wanting to do more. And you just become so much more involved than you ever thought you would, because you learn to love the organization the same way he does. And that's always his goal from the beginning, is just to share his love of Pillar Care and what it does with everyone around him.
We raised a lot of money so that we would have our own school for the children.
Kelly started working with this group of families. Again, no program, no staff. Their dream was to find some way of providing more help for their special needs children. And Kelly helped them to realize that 16 years later, when we opened what at the time was called Horizon School, and it's now become Pillar Elementary School and Pillar High School, the school really was the beginning of all of our programming. So once that school was open, out of that same space, we developed an early intervention program that today serves more than 500 infants and toddlers every year. We have another program that developed that provides physical and occupational therapy to public school students. That eventually, as the students aged, they needed an adult program, and that eventually led to us having our current 3 adult day programs serving over 200 adults. And eventually to where are these folks going to live, leading to our development of group homes. We just recently opened our 17th home.
Looking back over the years, I see what an impact Kelly has had on the Pillar organization. And I can't imagine going forward how it's going to be as wonderful as it's been with him at the helm.
It's one thing to spend your time and raising the money, which he did. He went out there and tirelessly at night in meetings. But what I saw him do over the years is what I really think helped grow this immensely was his ability and getting more and more people involved, not just in giving money, but in people in the organization to help raise the money and help out, and just employees, getting the right employees involved and put an unbelievable team together.
When you talk about his legacy, I think it's so much more than just the fundraising. I think what he's done in terms of developing this organization from its infancy into a $40 million organization is unbelievable. But even more than that, I think he's positioned us to move into the future. He's brought on the next generation of Kelly Marxes.
The most rewarding thing has been, of course, the accomplishments that we made and how we got larger and how we were able to do more. I'd like to be remembered, but more importantly, I'd like to be thankful for all the people that did help. And I was able to have the influences to bring a lot of people and get them involved.
Good evening. My name is Purna Rodman-Kanar. I am the President and CEO of Pillar Care Continuum. It is my pleasure and my honor tonight to introduce to you our second honoree. When Kelly Marx was named the honoree by the Gala Committee, he asked, "Can you also include the group home staff? They have done so much." And there's good reason for this. While all of us were staying home and working remotely, they continued to come in every single day to the group homes at great risk to themselves and to their families' health. They did this even as COVID swept through our homes. By the time the first wave was done, 19 of our residents and 45 of our staff had gotten the coronavirus. And very tragically, it took 2 of the lives of our residents. Our staff are the true unsung heroes of this epidemic. Just like healthcare workers, every day they came in and they put their lives and their health on the line. Let me share with you one of the many stories that had a big impact on me. One day, a group home manager came upstairs to pick up PPE supplies. As I was helping her load them into the car, I asked her, "How are things going?" She, of course, told me how the staff were doing. She then told me how the residents were doing. But then I asked, "How are you doing?" She then told me, "Well, I'm living with a friend because I have a child at home and I have an elderly parent and I don't want to put them at risk." And I thought to myself, how many people are doing this? She would never have told me if I hadn't asked her. These were the silent sacrifices so many of our staff made. We have a video that we would like to share with you about the staff and the residents and what they went through. But before we do that, I would like to take a moment of silence to remember those we have lost. These include Travis Beeman and Suzanne Simon in the group homes, and also Madeline Eason and Patrick Lockhart from our day programs. And while we are remembering them, let us also remember the loved ones and families of our staff, volunteers, and board, all of who lost loved ones as well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kent Detlow. I'm the Director of Residential Services for Pillar Care Continuum.
Hi, I'm Rocco.
And I'm Carol, and our daughter Pamela lives in Pillar Care's Patterson Group Home.
We decided to go with Pillar Care because we met the staff, and caring for our daughter for so many years, we wanted that to follow through with where Pam was going to be, her residence would be.
And watching the staff take care of our daughter and nourish her and do the things we did at home, they made us feel comfortable and trust them enough to put her in the Patterson Group Home.
My name is Kathy Davis. I work for Patterson Group Home, a company called Pillar Care. I take care of the handicapped disabled. In other words, like take care of them. I'm their caregiver. I care for them. I teach them, help them, and things that they don't know how to do.
A typical resident in our group home has many complex challenges, both intellectually and physically, all of which need 24-hour care.
We shower them, we assist them in dressing, going to the bathroom, and some of them can feed themselves and some can't, so we assist them in feeding themselves and teaching them how to do things for their own self.
also including transportation, meshing themselves out with the community, going to the park, bowling, movies, all the different things that we do every single day. We're one big family, and it brings unity to everyone to ensure that we do everything in our part to provide the type of services that loved ones are looking for.
And it's more like a family, not a business or a job. They come and they actually love the residents and they take care of them as their own family, and that makes us trust them more.
I've been doing this for a long time. I know they say when you first start this job that you're not supposed to get attached to them, but you can't help but get attached to them. After you do the job for so long, you begin to love them more and more, and you can't help but get attached to them. You're gonna get attached to someone that you love and you like more than the other. But guess what? We love them all, because after you do this job a long time, it's just like they're a part of your own family, like they're your own kid.
The pandemic affected the staff immensely. There was a lot of thinking that had to be done on the fly.
When the pandemic hit, our biggest worry was the care for Pam and also her health. Not only for Pam, but everybody that lived in that house and everybody that entered that house. There's no sugarcoating. It was a very tough time. In 44 years of having Pam, we went through all kinds of surgeries and seizure controls and medications, but we never experienced anything like this pandemic, where there was a lot of uncertainty. We didn't know what the next day was going to bring.
When the pandemic did hit, when we went to visit her, we weren't allowed in the house. We weren't allowed contact. So they would bring Pam by the window in her room, and we would be able to see her through the window. And she would look at us, and we would look at her, and we'd say sounds and make her look and smile. And it was so important that the staff went above and beyond by bringing her to the window for us. And they would make phone calls so she could hear our voices. And it was just so touching.
Also, not only Pammy's house being closed off to us, but so were a lot of other things in everyday life. And one of them was church. We couldn't even go to church to pray for Pammy. It was a difficult time for all of us.
There was a lot of people that were infected with the virus. About 45 staff were infected and 19 residents were infected. Unfortunately, we had 2 deaths due to the virus.
During the pandemic, all 4 residents did catch the virus, but they were mild cases. But the staff was right on top of it. They were isolated immediately. They took the precautions, face masks, gloves, gowns. They made sure that it was social distancing. They were each kept in their rooms, but there was a staff member staying with them, so they weren't alone.
You know, knowing that the clients were sick, a lot of the staff started getting sick. So when the staff started getting sick, they couldn't come to work. So the ones that was well, they handled very well what the other ones couldn't do because they was out. So what little staff that we was working with, I say we handled it very well, and we worked together and we dealt with it day by day.
And then providing that daily care to them that was needed, and then also figuring out how they could protect themselves and also making sure the virus wasn't spread. The staff really were unsung heroes. They went above and beyond the call of duty to ensure that the residents were served, even though they had that fear of not knowing if they were going to catch the virus or not.
You call them healthcare heroes, but I just call them heroes because they go above and beyond what they are asked to do, and it's their job. They left their families during this pandemic to care for my daughter and the other residents of the home. They put their own lives at risk just to take care of my daughter. That to me is a hero.
Welcome to the Pillar Ungala Gala. I have the honor again to be Fund the Mission guy up here, trying to get as much as I can out of you, but I can't see you face to face. It's very difficult doing this looking in a camera, but we're going to do the best we can. And you know the need, you're going to hear how many times tonight that the need is great, but it's greater than you ever could realize due to the fact that the state funding sources, the county and federal funding sources, and just the total trying to operate the facility these days has cost more than we could have ever believed. And the state, because we can't bring in enough of the students and the young adults, we've lost the ability to be funded. So there are so many outside sources that are affecting the ability to care for these kids that we really need this fund and mission to be a successful event this evening. So I'm asking you, please open your checkbooks, your credit card, let your heart be open, and let's see what we can do. So the first item we have is an accessible van. Most of you know what that is. That's to move wheelchairs and young kids and young adults around who have serious mobile issues. And we're looking for 2 vans. They're at $50,000 each. So we need someone to step up and start us off with 1 van. So here we go, $50,000 for 1 van, $100,000 for 2. So let's see what we can do. The vans are very important to move the students and the kids from facility to facility. The next item, we need $26,000. We have 2 group homes that we need to furnish. And the 2 group homes, one in Wharton, one in Plainfield, we desperately need furniture, the appropriate furniture to take care of the kids and the young adults, and we need that. So we need $26,000 times 2. The next item are 2 standers. They are so kids and young adults will stand up. They're not therapy chairs, they're standers. It's very hard to get that across, but they can't stand up because they don't have the structure, the muscle power to do that, and these standers help them actually stand up. So we need 2 of them at $10,000 each. The next item are 10 therapeutic chairs, and these are for the classroom where the kids have hip problems and back problems, and these therapeutic chairs will help them more comfortably sit in the classroom and would help them more get along for the full day they have to be there. And they're at $6,000 each, and we need 10 of them. Next item, $3,000. We need temperature screening kiosks, and we need 10 of those. And what are they? And you know today, anywhere you go, they take your temperature. So when these kids come in, and these young adults and the teachers, everyone has to have their temperature taken. They will now go to these kiosks, and we need them spread throughout the facility where they can have their temperature taken and move on in a safe way for the rest of the day. So we have 10, the need for 10 of them at $3,000 apiece. The next item, we need 25 tablets, Chromebooks, computers, laptops, whatever they have decided to use, what type of instrument. And they're at $1,000 apiece because a number of the kids, because we're limited by state regulation to bring them into the school, that we desperately need to teach them virtually. And they don't have the wherewithal to go out and buy a tablet or a Chromebook. So we need 25 of them at $1,000 each. As you can see, we're able to go from 50,000 to 1,000 to allow everybody to participate here. So remember how important it is. To whatever level you can participate in, please do. The next item is $500. It is Thanksgiving food baskets for 10 families. We feel we're going to need baskets for 30 families, and at $500 a piece. And Thanksgiving is such a special time of the year, but there's so many of our kids that are below the poverty level that we desperately need the contribution at $500. The next item is a disinfecting fogging machine. Well, we never thought we'd say that from the podium, a disinfecting fogging machine. Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It has certain chemicals in it which will purify the air, so it'll be a safe environment for the young kids and the teachers and all parents that come into the facility. So we need 22 of them at $300 a piece. The next and last item are Zoom cooking classes for the group homes. We need 30 of them at $100. So we now, as I said before, we went from 50,000 to 100. We've set this up so everyone could open their checkbook, use their credit card, and help with this need, which is greater than ever in these most difficult of times. So God bless you, all the kids that are here, and all that you give will be returned 100-fold, as it says. Again, have a great evening, and thank you for your generosity, and don't forget the kids.
I too want to thank our heroic staff for their incredible efforts
in supporting all those who live in our group homes. You are incredible in what you have done throughout this pandemic. Thank you so very much. It is now time to acknowledge our second honoree for the evening, Kelly Marx. But before we do that, we need to talk about Nancy Marx. Nancy, of course, the wife of Kelly and the woman who stands next to him in all that he does, is a unique individual in her own regard. She is, in fact, my wife's tennis partner, an important position in our household. But she, too, promotes all the things that are best in all of us. Nancy, every year I look down from the podium and I say, "You look great." I'm trusting the fact that you look great tonight. In fact, I'm sure you do. Kelly, it's your turn. So, of course, many of us have been debating various scientific issues over the last 6 months. But it turns out there are two immutable laws of science. The first, everyone loves Kelly Marx. And the second, no one can say no to Kelly Marx. So why is that? Why is it that we worship and admire and follow Kelly Marx and can't say no when he asks us for our help? And that's because there is no person more genuinely committed to helping others than Kelly Marx. In the 60 years that he spent on this board of trustees, he has done everything from organizing events to soliciting donations to managing our care to make sure that the people we serve get the best of everything we have. I met Kelly Marx 40 years ago at a telethon that we used to run for cerebral palsy. While the rest of us were busily calling numbers given to us by others, Kelly sat next to me with what is now the famous Black Book and began soliciting people that he solicited every year. And Kelly, in his style, would never accept a gift less than the previous year's gift. And you know what? No one had the nerve to even suggest it to Kelly. And so I turned to him and said, "Kelly, where do I get a Black Book like that?" And he said, "Lots of practice, pal, lots of practice." Well, Kelly, I've been practicing, and you've been teaching, and all of us have been following. And as a result, this organization of yours and ours is better for all that you continue to do to ensure that we pursue our mission effectively. For 60 years, you've been our conscience, and for 60 years, you've been our North Star. And we thank you for that every day. And so it is truly a personal honor for me to give you, virtually, you'll be accepting it at home, I know, the Kelly Marx Award, named in your honor years ago, reflective of the kind of commitment that you have applied to this organization for now 60 years. We thank you for all that you have done, continue to do, and will do in the future. Kelly, we love you, and thank you very much.
Kelly, I am so happy and proud to be part of this celebration honoring you. 5 years ago when I came, you were there at my first interviews, and I remember you watching intently every step I took, every word I said. And then I observed you, and I said to myself, if a man like this is here, then I want to work here. But as you know, I am not the only one who wants to honor you. There are so many others, and here they are.
Hey Kelly, I know I just saw you this morning, but guess what? I remember that I forgot to wish you congratulations on your 60 years of service to CPNJ.
It's now Pillar Care.
Well, congratulations on being a healthcare hero. Super proud of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Grandpa, congratulations on this amazing honor. You truly deserve it. You have always been and still are such an inspiration to our family.
Hi, I'm Alan Mucatel. For 10 years, I was the Executive Director of Cerebral Palsy of North Jersey. Kelly is truly fundamental to this place. His engagement with UCP, later CPNJ, and now Pillar over these half dozen decades is nothing short of inspiring and laudable. Kelly, I hope you are proud of the impact you have had in the lives of literally thousands of individuals in North Jersey and their families. Congratulations. Kelly, all you have achieved is amazing. I wish you only the best.
Kelly Marx, a man who knows how to get things done. Kelly has been an active and generous supporter for all these years. So tonight, let's raise a toast to Kelly Marx.
Hi, Grandpa. I just wanted to congratulate you on being honored for 60 years of service. I know during these unique and challenging times, it would be much better if we could be honoring you all together, but a Zoom call will have to do for now. Love you.
I am honored to be here to speak on behalf of Kelly Marx. I generally don't like to do these type of appearances, but I feel compelled. I know Kelly for so many years, and I've seen his commitment for this organization, and he's an angel from God. Kelly, God bless you forever and forever for all the wonderful things you've done for all of these children and their families. I still remember getting involved when it was the very beginning for me, not so much the beginning for you because you've been involved much longer in the organization, but I still recall Bert Eichler, may he rest in peace, and yourself, and the commitment and love and dedication and devotion that you had to these beautiful children and their families. I'm forever grateful. And I must say, that whole experience of seeing you and serving turkeys, Thanksgiving to these children, you changed my life because you made me realize how important it is to help others who need your help. And it's impacted me greatly with my focus and the philanthropy I do and the people I help as well. So God bless you. I love you. I respect you. I admire you. And you are an angel straight from God.
Kelly has been a special friend of mine for over 80 years. He has worked tirelessly and put his heart and soul into making a better life for children suffering from cerebral palsy and for their families. No one deserves this honor more than Kelly, so let's recognize his accomplishments by making this a record-breaking tribute to him.
Hi, Grandpa. Lauren and I want to congratulate you on this very honorable achievement today. We're so proud of what you've done, not only for the community, but also for this very impressive organization. You're such a role model for me, and I'm truly honored to be your grandson. I can speak for the family when I say that you are so special to us, and we're so lucky to have you in our lives.
Congratulations. We love you.
Pillar Care is where it is today because Kelly Marx had the dream, the inspiration, and the drive to make it all happen. On behalf of the consumers, their families, and present and former staff, we will remain forever grateful. Thank you, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. On behalf of all of us at the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, I want to congratulate you on years of really wonderful and unbelievable service to CPNJ, now Pillar.
Congratulations, Grandpa. Congratulations, Kelly. We're so proud of you. I know I can speak for everyone in our family when I say you have set such a great example for each one of us in terms of your contribution and your dedication and time to this wonderful organization and how philanthropic you are as a person. Congratulations. Enjoy this honor. You deserve every moment of it. Love you.
I want to wish you all the best. Congratulations on being named this year's honoree. There's nobody more deserving than you for a lifetime of dedication to this great cause. And you were the one that got me involved, and for that I am forever grateful. And like my boyhood hero growing up, Mickey Mantle, a three-time most valuable player, you, Kelly, are like the Mick, the MVP, most valuable pillar. Thank you for all that you do, and I wish you a lifetime of good health and happiness.
Hey, Dad. Congratulations on this huge accomplishment. You've been such an inspiration to me. Giving back has been such a huge part of your life, and I just want to thank you for teaching me how wonderful it is to help others. And I always wanted to be just like you when I grew up, and I am. So thank you. I love you with all my heart.
Hi, Kelly. I just wanted to congratulate you on 60 years of service to cerebral palsy. I think what you've done over the past 60 years is nothing short of amazing. The lives you've touched and your legacy will live on for years to come. Congratulations, Kelly.
Kelly, here we are on the beach of East Hampton, wishing you Mazel Tov on a wonderful honor that you're receiving, your CPNJ. I know how hard you have been dedicated throughout all the years, and we love you so much, and we're so proud of you, and it's an honor that is so well deserved.
Hi, Kelly. We'd like to congratulate you.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Kelly. All your hard work has paid off. We're truly honored to know you, and you've done such a terrific job for the organization. We're so proud of you. Congratulations.
We love you, Kelly. Good job.
Thank you, Barry. And obviously, I'm not Kelly Marx, but I do have the honor of reading Kelly's statement and speech, which he asked me to read to all of you tonight. From Kelly, congratulations to my fellow honorees, the staff who have worked so tirelessly in our group homes these last few months. We are so grateful for all you've done for those in our care. Thank you also to Pillar Care for this honor. As a young man, I vowed to find a way to help others. Pillar Care gave me that opportunity. I was also fortunate to have a group of friends who shared my commitment to the agency, including Tommy Litwin, Bert Eichler, Ed Becker, Brian Kloza, and of course, Barry Ostrowski. And I always had the support of my wife, Nancy, and my whole family, and for that, I'm truly grateful. For many years now, I've worried over who would step forward from the next generation to ensure our fundraising efforts remain strong enough to support our important work. The greatest legacy it can offer is to have our future leadership in place. I believe we have found our new leaders, and I've asked one of them to make the following commitment on behalf of them. This is Kelly here. I, Clark McAmer, vow to continue to work to grow and strengthen Pillar Care's fundraising. In all I do, I will remain focused on the needs of our clients. I will honor the memory of all those who came before me and dedicated so much to help others. I understand the value of relationships and will introduce our agency to new friends. I will insist we continue to innovate, adapt, and improve each year. And I will do all in my power to ensure Pillar Care is here for another 60 years. Thank you. This is what I get for not reading the speech beforehand. But on behalf of myself and all our co-chairs, Kelly, you're a true role model, a mentor, a leader for the way you've lived your life professionally, personally, in charitable contributions back to Pillar and many others. So I can promise you that myself and our great board of trustees that we have at Pillar, the Gala Committee, we will do all we can to continue your legacy of Pillar for years, 60 years and beyond into the future. So Kelly, congratulations, and congratulations to all the group home workers. You are an inspiration to everyone here tonight. Thank you.
Well, it's that time of the evening where I get to say thank you. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your generosity. It's been a wonderful evening. Next year, let's all pledge to be together to support this incredible organization. Please be safe and be healthy. Thank you all.